David, I know, at our firm, we handle a lot of motorcycle accident cases. Let's talk about some of the issues that come up in the cases that you've handled.
So motorcycle accidents, we handle them all the time, like you said, and sometimes they have some unique issues that come up in motorcycle cases. We had one fairly recently where, because you're on a motorcycle, sometimes people have negative opinions and they have biases against people who are on motorcycles. They just think automatically they're dangerous. They think automatically if you're riding a motorcycle, you're not doing something right.
Yeah, they're reckless or something.
Right, they're reckless, or they're speeding, or they're showing off, or they're doing all this kind of stuff, which 99% of the time our clients on motorcycles are not doing. We're really aware of those issues and we know how to handle them. We know how to handle them when talking to an insurance adjuster. We know how to handle it when we're taking a deposition of somebody who might start off sounding like they're biased against our client and giving really bad testimony because they just don't like a motorcyclist, and we get them to kind of come around essentially with our questioning, which you've taught us all how to do, where you break it down and you really show and get this testimony that our client wasn't at fault. They weren't doing anything wrong.
Yeah, I've had plenty of cases like that. People in motorcycle accidents, you look at the police report, you look at it, looks like the person's wrong, but you talk to the client like that's not how it happened. You take the depo and maybe the witnesses are acting like it's a problem that our client did something wrong, but then you go step by step, every little step, and then those biases can kind of melt away once they go step by step through it, and then you can kind of get to the actual truth of the matter, and you get to the truth of what happened. And fortunate enough for our clients, we're able to get to the truth to show that the other side's at fault, and motorcycle accident cases can be worth millions and millions of dollars. There can be some serious injuries from those cases, and that's why it's very important to understand those biases and then break everything down into little pieces of what everybody did and where everybody was. And Zoom nowadays is super helpful because you can, before you have to write it out on a piece of paper, now you can draw it on Zoom and they can verify it that way. So.
And fault, it's always important, comparative fault in a case, because
motorcycle accidents.
Especially in motorcycle accidents, because insurance companies try and blame motorcycle drivers all the time. But also, with that bad new law that we had, fault is even more important.
Yeah, because we're in a modified contributory state, which just means if you're more than 50% at fault, you're 50.00001%, the other person's 49 and whatever, 99999% at fault, you get nothing.